Attention passionate Dallas, Cowboys. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Dallas Cowboys' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Dallas Cowboys fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Dallas, COWBOYSFANS. Let's get to the news in the world of football. There's always excitement around the trade deadline, and this year, there's a buzz that's hard to ignore. Rumors are swirling about a potential blockbuster move that could shake up the NFC East, and more importantly, give the Dallas Cowboys a massive boost heading into the playoffs. And no, it's not just speculation. It's about Derrick Henry, the bruising running back who has been making waves in the league this season, possibly making his way from the Baltimore Ravens to the Cowboys. Now, I know it sounds wild, but hear me out, because if this were to happen, it could be one of the most impactful trades in recent Cowboys history. Let's start with a little background. Derrick Henry, at 31 years old, remains one of the most dominant forces in the NFL. With a career rushing total exceeding 10, 0 yards, and nearly 100 touchdowns, Henry has built a reputation as a tank on the field. He's a player who breaks tackles with incredible ease, averaging over 5 yards after contact per run and maintaining a 78 yards per game clip in 2025. His rushing efficiency this year, with a PFF grade of 89.8, speaks volumes about his continued dominance, despite the inevitable wear and tear that comes with a career of pounding defenses. Henry's style of play is all about power and vision. His ability to read gaps pre-snap at an 83% success rate, combined with a positive EPA per carry of plus 0.42, makes him a nightmare for defenses. It's no wonder teams like the Ravens, who are trying to build around Lamar Jackson, see value in acquiring a back like Henry to complement their quarterback. Right now, Baltimore is 8-4, sitting comfortably in the playoff picture, but they're also looking to secure future assets. According to reports from prominent NFL insiders like Jeremy Fowler and others, the Ravens are prioritizing acquiring draft picks, specifically a first-rounder in the 2026 draft, which would come after the 2025 season. They're also focusing on adding wide receivers to bolster their offense after some injuries to key players. This is where the Cowboys potentially come into the picture. Dallas, currently sitting at 6-5-1, has been fighting to find consistency in their backfield. Tony Pollard has been a bright spot, but injuries and a lack of depth have sometimes limited their ground game. Adding Derrick Henry would change that. Imagine a scenario where Dallas acquires Henry, and suddenly their rushing attack becomes a true force to reckon with. Not only would this take pressure off Dak Prescott, but it would also open up the playbook for McCarthy to unleash even more RPOs, which have been a staple of his offense. With Henry's ability to churn out yards after contact and break tackles in the red zone, the Cowboys could see a significant uptick in their red zone efficiency, pushing it up from around 55% to nearly 65%. That's a game changer. Henry's presence on the field would also have a psychological impact on opponents. Defenses would no longer be able to stack the box as heavily against Pollard or Rico Dowdle, knowing that Henry can take over at any moment. His rushing stats, including an average of 4.5 yards per carry in 2025, combined with his 10 rushing touchdowns, make him a perfect fit for a team looking to control the clock and wear down opponents. And at his age, he's still got plenty left in the tank. His yards after contact per run and his yards per game are impressive, especially considering the physical toll of his style of play. You can see that he's still a force, and his ability to read and hit gaps with precision would make him an ideal complement to Dallas's existing running backs. Now, let's talk about the strategic implications. If the Cowboys manage to land Henry, this would not only boost their rushing attack, but also help in a big way during the cold weather stretch of the season. Playing in Dallas or on the road in the NFC North or East, having a reliable, power back like Henry could be the difference maker in tight games. His presence could help reduce sacks and pressure on Dak Prescott by keeping defenses honest and controlling the clock. It would also give Mike McCarthy more options to tailor the offense, whether it's grinding out tough yards or using Henry in goal line situations. From a division perspective, this move could be a serious blow to teams like the Eagles or the Giants. The Eagles, who have a solid defense and a dynamic offense with Jalen Hurts, have been relying on their run game as well, but adding a player like Henry would make it even tougher for defenses to contain the Cowboys' offense. For the Giants, a team in rebuilding mode, facing a Dallas team with Henry in the backfield might become an even more daunting task. The NFC East has always been a battleground, and acquiring a player of Henry's caliber could tilt the scales significantly in Dallas's favor, especially in playoff matchups. The betting odds are also reflecting this kind of excitement. Currently, Dallas's chances of winning the Super Bowl have increased slightly with the rumors of this potential acquisition. The odds moving from plus 8,000 to around plus 4,200 show that the bookmakers are starting to see this as a real possibility that could elevate Dallas's Super Bowl prospects. Henry's experience, combined with his playoff pedigree, makes him a true X-factor. His previous playoff performance, including his ability to dominate in snow and tough conditions, shows he can be a postseason difference-maker. But it's not just about the physical aspect. Henry's leadership and veteran presence would be invaluable in the locker room. He's a player who commands respect, and his work ethic and attitude could inspire the younger guys on the team. For a team like Dallas, which has been building a strong culture around resilience and grit, Henry could be that missing piece, the veteran leader who pushes everyone to the next level, especially during crunch time. Of course, all of this is speculative. The NFL trade landscape is always unpredictable, and deals like this involve many moving parts. The Ravens might be hesitant to part with a player of Henry's caliber, especially if they're in a playoff hunt and believe they can make a deep run. Conversely, the Cowboys might need to maneuver around salary cap constraints or draft capital negotiations, but the potential benefits are enormous. A Dallas offense with Pollard, Rico Dowdle, and Henry would be among the most formidable ground attacks in the league, giving Dak Prescott even more options and making the team's offense more balanced and unpredictable. Looking at the bigger picture, this kind of move could also influence how other teams approach the trade deadline in the future. The NFL has become a league where versatility and star power are king, and the Cowboys, always looking to maximize their Super Bowl window, might see this as a real opportunity. Plus, the NFC is wide open this year, with teams like the 49ers, Eagles, and even the Lions showing their strength. Adding a player like Derrick Henry would not only give Dallas an immediate boost, but also send a message to the division and the league. The Cowboys are serious contenders, and they're willing to do whatever it takes to bring another Lombardi home. Now, let's talk about the potential logistics. If a trade like this were to happen, it would likely involve a high draft pick, possibly a first-rounder in 2026, along with some additional compensation. The Ravens would be looking to maximize their draft capital, especially since they are also prioritizing extensions for Lamar Jackson and bolstering their receiver core. For the Cowboys, giving up a future first-round pick might be a small price to pay for a player who could transform their offense overnight. It's all about timing and negotiations, but the thought of seeing Derrick Henry in that iconic Cowboys blue is enough to get fans excited. The media coverage and fan reactions would be electric. Cowboys fans have always loved a player who embodies toughness and grit, and Henry checks those boxes perfectly. It would become a defining storyline of the season, fueling the team's motivation and sparking renewed hope for a deep playoff run. Whether it's in the snow of Green Bay or the warm Texas sun, having Henry in the backfield could be the difference between a good season and a great one. His ability to carry the ball 20-25 times per game, especially in the postseason, would be a nightmare for defenses and a dream for Cowboys fans dreaming of another Super Bowl. And speaking of the postseason, Henry is no stranger to high-pressure situations. His playoff performances, including his ability to grind out yards in tough conditions, make him an ideal addition for Dallas's playoff ambitions. His physical running style would help control the clock, keep the defense rested, and wear down opponents. If the Cowboys can secure him before the postseason, it's easy to see how he could become a key player in their quest for another championship. Of course, all these plans depend on whether the trade actually materializes, and as of now, it's still in the realm of speculation. But this is the kind of move that can shift the entire landscape of the NFC, and Cowboys fans should be paying close attention. With the right negotiations, Dallas could be on the verge of adding a true game-changer to their already talented roster, and that's something worth getting excited about. And now, Dallas Cowboys fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on Derrick Henry potentially joining the Cowboys? Do you think he's the missing piece that can push this team over the top? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Dallas Cowboys. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Dallas Cowboys news.